SVG-TV News headlines, sponsored in part by Flo.
In the headlines, more hotel development in a pipeline for SVG as government announces plans for the construction of a luxury branded hotel at Mount Win. Jamaica authorities taking steps to crack down on divorce scam. Australia's Cardinal loses appeal against convictions for child sex abuse. And in sports, Wendy's legend Brian Lara hopes to make a difference with the team's mental approach. These and other stories coming up in SVG TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline, sponsored in part by Flo.
Good evening and welcome to SVG TV's News and Sports for Wednesday, August the 21st, 2019. I am Bhavanor there with the details. A 250-room luxury branded hotel is earmarked for Mount Win. The announcement was made by Minister of Finance Camila Gonzalez at a news conference yesterday. Minister Gonzalez said mainland St. Vincent will get its first luxury branded hotel, the Marriott, noting that its investors have been looking to expand in the region. He said it is a welcoming investment for SVG, which has seen a takeoff in hotel development over the last year.
So, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the big four hotel brands in the world are the Wyndham, the Marriott, the Hilton, and Intercontinental hotels. We will now have two of the big four, in Holiday Inn Express as a member of the Intercontinental Hotel Group, and the Marriott. And we're very proud of the fact that we have come to an agreement after a lengthy period of negotiation with the Marriott to have this hotel.
Minister Gonzalez said concept drawings are completed and the architects are now finalizing designs for the hotel.
On the internet, he then requested detailed surveys be done of the Mount Win area. I remember people were complaining that some of the bush was cut down in Mount Win. That was for the detailed surveying and topography to be done. And he is now concluding the structural design, which makes those concept designs real and places them on the contours of our land and determines what quantities and so on are required, what work is required. We expect those documents within a month or so. Then that will go out to bid, and we will hire the contractor that we think is best suited for the construction of this project.
The Marriott Vice President for International Hotel for the Caribbean and Latin America is expected to visit SVG next month. Minister Gonzalez says beside the construction of the Marriott, there are other hotel developments taking place in the country, including the Royal Mill at Kaliakwa.
You have the Black Sands Hotel at Peter's Hope. That's a 400-room facility. Okay? You have the Buccament Bay Resort. Work will commence on that very shortly, in the rehabilitation of that facility. That's 200-room hotel. You're up to 6. Those of you who drive through Kaliakwa will see that on the top of the hill there, where Boe had property, that land has been cleared. There is going to be constructed there a hotel called the Royal Mill. And the Royal Mill Hotel, which is a private entity, it's a combination of a large block hotel and villas, the block will look something like this. And the villas, the residences they're called, look something like that. That is going to be a 200-room facility.
There must be a balance between economic development and maintaining a healthy environment. So says Director of Trade Okolo John Patrick, speaking on the ban placed on styrofoam containers here. The ban, which took effect on January 31st, 2018, prevents the importation and the use of styrofoam containers for the sale and storage of food. Here's an update on the progress made thus far following the implementation of the ban.
For many years, styrofoam containers was the most popular product used in the food industry, with many persons, including food vendors, relying on it to sell their food. However, over the years, these styrofoam containers have been dumped in drains, along riverbanks, and even in the streets, which could create an eyesore. Research has shown that the material used to make these styrofoam containers can cause cancer. It has been over a year since the ban on these items was introduced here, and Director of Trade Okolo John Patrick said so far compliance has been good. She said the business community has been cooperating with the authorities, thus the implementation process of the ban was successful. John Patrick used the opportunity to speak of some of the alternatives being used by food vendors.
A lot of persons would have started using the biodegradable containers, and also businesses were willing to outsource these containers as well. I think for what we have seen so far is more the paper product. I think it's more friendlier on the environment, and I must also add that the government would have removed the VAT on these biodegradable products so that it will be more economical for the businesses and the consumers.
The trade director said public education also assisted in a smooth implementation, with some persons demanding more environmentally friendly solutions.
Two basic reasons why the ban was implemented, both of negative effect on the health and the environment. I remember briefly when we had the consultation with one of the businesses, they were reporting that even before the ban came into effect, customers were demanding that they don't want their food to be served in the styrofoam containers. So the whole education, the whole emphasis on educating the public and the consumers really did a good job in that.
John Patrick says she is delighted to play a role in protecting the environment, noting the importance of sustainable development.
Preserving our environment is critical. We have to try and reduce pollution and reserve our natural resources. So whilst we look at the economic development of our nation and know the benefits of trade, at the same time we have to strike a balance in ensuring that even if our trade is being advanced, that it doesn't negatively affect the environment. So we work together and ensure that our country benefits on whole.
She said work is on the way to examine the possible banning of plastics, which are also harmful to the environment.
We're doing this, we are looking at it in phases, so we are doing the necessary investigation, and we are ensuring that once there is a ban on the plastic, that more alternative replacements are also in place. But I must also say this is not only related or relevant to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Many of the OECS and the CARICOM member states would have also taken similar initiative to ban both the styrofoam and the plastics.
The ban on styrofoam complements other policy decisions taken by the government to protect the environment and promote sustainable development, such as the ban on mining of beach sand. For SVG-TV's Evening News, I am Barvin Oliver.
With the ban, many food vendors have been using both biodegradable and plastic containers. SVG-TV's news team caught up with some food vendors who shared their opinion on the alternative containers and on the issue of pollution in the country.
Well, most customers complain because you can't put nothing too saucy in them because they get salty and saggy and whatnot. And 3, you can't put them in microwave because I I tried it once and it blew out the microwave, catch a fire. Yeah, so like it was than the styrofoam.
This one, you put the food in it, it gets so soft and soggy, so you have to use it right away. Like somebody had a lunch and want to come back, you can't use it until when they come back, it gets so soft. This one is a better quality.
Okay, and they're both pretty expensive.
Yes, they are very expensive than the styrofoam, so I don't know the difference about it. If they're charging them too much customer, but they're very expensive.
Started using the black plastic containers. These are reusable and they are also microwavable. And customers have been appreciative of it in that they are able to reuse their containers. After buying a meal, they can then take the containers at home and use it whether for their leftover salads or to prepare their own lunch for another day, or even leftover sandwiches.
Right, and of course they have some drawbacks.
Yes, there are. There are two mainly, the price for one, and secondly, we are also seeing the issue of littering of these containers in our rivers and our drains. Like the styrofoam, people are taking these plastic containers and throwing them in the rivers and in the drains. And I think we all should take responsibility for littering.
That is problem. Heat coming through on people's hands. Little children coming to buy it is problem. You have to make sure secure the problem for the children and things, you understand? But the problem is that the styrofoam is the littering of people. People throw anything anyway. So that is the problem. And you have to solve the problem there. You understand? Because you got them still blocking up with them food boxes still.
Be ready, be prepared, and be knowledgeable to face any disaster. This was the message given by the Minister of Housing and Survey, Montgomery Daniel, during his address at the opening of a 5-day training session with volunteers of the North Windward communities under the Volcano Ready Community Project. The opening ceremony was held on Tuesday at the Modern Diagnostic Center in Georgetown. The aim of the project is to prepare communities to manage potential impacts of La Soufrière volcano and related hazards. The volcano-ready communities in SVG's project targeted 12 communities in the high-risk zones of La Soufrière. It specifically seeks to improve response capacities through training and risk assessment, develop a volcano-ready framework and a toolkit for communities, and create public education and awareness material to be shared with schools, businesses, and residents. Daniel said there are concerns about communities which are in the danger zone of the volcano, and the safety of residents is paramount, noting that he is happy that the Volcano Ready Community Project is being undertaken in the area to get residents ready for when a disaster strikes.
We have to, given the vulnerabilities that exist, that we have to do adequate planning and give the necessary support, which involves legal and institutional frameworks, that we do that to have optimal use of this scarce resource that we do have with us at this time. We can't, you see, a number of people would come to me, a number of people would come to Nemo and said, look, I don't have anywhere to live. I want to put a little thing here. I want to put a little thing there. No. Gone are the days when those things could have happened. Because we are concerned of your own life and your own safety.
Minister Daniels said that climate change is also a factor that persons should be prepared to handle, as its effects could create economic hardship for the country. He said as part of disaster management, persons must also take into consideration the roads and land they build their property on, and made reference to a recent fire incident where a fire truck was unable to reach a house because of the size of the road. Minister Daniels said it is, as the Minister of Planning, he will not approve any plans for housing construction that does not have proper road access.
Are being serviced by an 8-foot road. This is not the days when you had donkey cart moving through estates. So that a number of people would come to the physical planning department seeking to have a plan to be approved. But in today's world, those plans have to meet the physical requirements. Otherwise, those requirements, those plans will not be passed. And there's no way that I'm being a minister that I would allow such a plan to be approved. If a road is not in a development going to be at least 16 feet, don't come to me. You know the amount of vehicles in this country today? You know the size of the vehicles that are coming into this country today? So that
Project Director of the University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center, Monique Johnson, said the Volcano Ready Communities project is to help communities get prepared for any eventuality.
By building capacity that will help communities to respond faster, more effectively, and with the tools needed to do so. What will change? Perceptions. By sharing the memories that have survived, the experiences, the lessons learned, as a reminder of the volcano in our backyard and as a catalyst for action. Better to prepare and prevent than to repair and repent. This project has been the brainchild of the National Emergency Management Organization. Launched in June of 2018, we have since been moving around throughout the project communities, which start on the windward side from South Rivers, Park Hill and Connery, go straight north to Fancy, and on the leeward side from Spring Village up to Richmond. In addition to our ongoing public education and awareness activities, we have also been working closely with our project partners, NEMO, the SVG Red Cross Society, and the Community Development Division, to facilitate the preparation of volcano-level contingency plans for each of the project communities.
Johnson said that in the first week of November, they are hoping to train a total of 12 new teams, 6 from the North Windward area and the other 6 from the leeward side of the island. She said they are also hoping that all the planning and preparation of activities under the Volcano Ready project will develop into a global movement, starting with SVG.
Stakeholders continue to be engaged to assist with the development and identification of resources required for the implementation of community plans that fit seamlessly into the National Emergency Plan. We have conducted vulnerability and capacity assessments, as some of you would have supported that work, for Fitzhughes, Chateauvillet and Fancy, and we're at the stage of developing the community hazard maps, utilizing the data collected on the ground through our volunteers and at the community workshops. The data gathering has been completed now for Owea, Park Hill and Sandy Bay, and we'll be conducting the community workshops in those communities in the coming weeks as we work our way down to South Rivers and Connery. Our team looks forward to the continued support of our champion volunteers in the collection of the community data. These include community resources and the identification of vulnerable persons, as these are critical for the development of comprehensive community emergency plans.
One of the nation's top CSEC performers says it was no easy task achieving all of her subjects with outstanding grades. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
The local news sponsored in part by Flow.
Death is a fact of life. Even though death is a fact of life, that doesn't make it any easier. When dealing with the loss of a loved one, you may try to be strong, but it's really hard sometimes. But that's just when the experience of the staff at New Haven Funeral Home can demonstrate their compassion and help to guide your family through the difficult time. So in your time of loss, call the New Haven Funeral Home. at 457-1830 or 458-1467 or email newhavenfuneralhome@gmail.com. New Haven Funeral Home, SVG's preferred funeral home.
Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products and furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz. Bringing value home.
Welcome back. One of the nation's top 3 CSEC performers is making it clear that it is no easy task achieving her results, as it took a lot of sacrifice and hard work. Sonia Batiste, who achieved 14 subjects, including 12 grade 1s and 2 grade 2s, is now preparing to start college in September to advance her education to become a gynecologist. SVG-TV's Larissa Pugsy-Kidd recently sat down with Sonia and her mother for an interview at their home, and they had some advice for parents and students who are preparing to sit CSEC next year.
Staying focused, being prayerful, and driven to excel are what did it for 16-year-old Sonia Batiste of Brighton, who is one of the nation's top performers at CSEC 2019 with 13 grade 1s and 2 2s. An elated Sonia, who is the only child for her mother, related that upon hearing the news, she was excited, thrilled, and satisfied that her hard work and the late nights of studies paid off.
I had a lot of sleepless nights during CXC, so I felt really happy that I'm finished. Yeah. I had to sacrifice not using my gadgets for the time being. So sometimes I would play some classical music to help me focus because that helps me with my concentration. And I would only use it for like research, and I would look up YouTube videos for specific topics in certain subject areas. That really helped me to understand the world better. Yeah.
Sunaya admits that biology, accounts, and art maths were a bit challenging.
Well, I did the general maths last year, and for me it wasn't difficult. No, it wasn't hard, but it was a bit challenging. So, but I got through it and I got grade 1. This year for art maths, my focus was, even though I don't get the right answers, at least I'll put the right formulas, because that's what they really focus on.
She said her parents were also a great support. Her mother, Cindy Roberts, is a teacher at the school for special needs.
My dad would stay up with me at night, although he's not in the country. He would always video call me and he would study with me. And my mom would always be there to help me study as well. So yeah, they really helped me.
As a mom, as soon as I heard the news, I shouted. I started saying, "Thank you, Jesus," because I know without God she could not have made it. I was really elated. Always encourage her to focus. She knows what she wants, you go to it. And I am thankful for her because I didn't have much trouble in getting her to study. The only thing I had to do is to make sure, look at her and say, you know, time to take a break. You know, time to take a break from your books and all those kind of things.
Sunaya's intended career is to become a gynecologist, a dream she had since primary school.
My main focus is studying medicine because I want to be a gynecologist in the future to help women, and having a career in medicine empowers me to help others, and I'll gain respect by others as well.
Her dream from ever since she's a child, she always wants to become a doctor. So at the end of every school, from the, primary, I said, "No, what is your career path?" "Well, a doctor." And as she progresses, even in Form 3, then 4, and then she said, "Okay, I wish to become a gynecologist in the future." And that has been her dream all along.
Sunaya's mom said she is grateful for the C.W. Prescott, which gave her daughter a solid foundation, but noted that a good upbringing at home is also key.
At home. So while you have your children, you nurture them even from within the womb. And you can read stories, but always remember to pray. Remember to pray, sing songs, and what's not. And as you have them, they're growing up, you teach them the foundation and the things that they are necessary to help them nurture, because school cannot do it all alone.
Sunaya's advice to students who will be sitting the exam next year is to start studying now and to remain focused.
Oh, I would encourage them to start studying early, like in Form 4. During their summer vacation, they can like revise some work from Form 3, and then during September to December area, like go over some work in Form 4 as well as some in Form 5. Yeah, so just keep practicing and revise your work early, and do some past papers as well. That really helped a lot.
She said she is grateful to all her teachers at the girls' high school. Sunaya is now preparing for the next chapter in her academic journey, that of college, which she will start in September. Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Pogsley Kidd.
Students attending the Caliaco Anglican School will be temporarily relocated for the start of the new school year to accommodate works to be carried out at the facility. This was announced by Area Representative and Minister of Finance Camila Gonzalez at yesterday's news conference. Gonzalez said that a temporary structure is being built behind the Anglican Church to accommodate the students and staff.
Came up with the idea of offering the land behind the Anglican Church, immediately behind the Anglican Church, for the construction of temporary classrooms. And that idea by Father Francis was endorsed by Bishop Friday of the Anglican Diocese, and they have already commenced work on the construction of temporary classrooms. I want to state unambiguously our gratitude to the Anglican Church, to Father Francis, and to Bishop Friday for making the land available for us to place these temporary classrooms. They didn't have to do it, and it creates some inconvenience for them to have construction going on behind the church and trucks driving through and all the rest of it. And they're doing it for zero rent. So I want to say thank you very much to the Anglican Diocese.
Minister Gonzalez noted that the Caliacua Anglican School is cramped for space and that there's a need to enhance the building, including raising the roof.
Anglican School, as you know, is on a very small plot of land with very little opportunity to expand the land in any direction. So we had to go up to create the additional space. So they're going to go up a level on one part of the school to add an additional 5 classrooms there. Caliacua Anglican School has 330 students. The work is scheduled to take place over 7 to 9 months. So this is not something that we could have done over the summer because it's a significant construction project. And you can't do that type of construction with students around. We had to relocate the students. I had extensive discussions with the Ministry of Works, with the principal of the school, with teachers, with other members of the community about where we could do this because the government does not own land in Caliacua to hold a school. The Prime Minister is lucky that next to the Park Hill playing field is government land. He can build his facility there. Minister Caesar is lucky that the amount of work he's doing at Newgrounds doesn't require a new school to be built essentially, temporarily. Just a few classrooms, so that can fit on the hard court.
The Caliacua Anglican School has more than 300 students, and Minister Gonzalez said a number of factors were taken into consideration for the temporary relocation, which include transportation. A meeting was held yesterday with parents, guardians, teachers, and education officials to update them on this development.
Caliacua could not fit where Caliacua was, and government doesn't own land in Caliacua. We looked at the town hall, but the town hall was not large enough to accommodate 330 students. Remembering that there's a magistrate court downstairs and all the other aspects involved there. We inquired of the Anglican Church about the availability of the parish hall that exists in Caliacua, and they indicated that they had other plans for the parish hall that would make it difficult for them to give up the parish hall for that length of time. We looked at the land behind the community college. Questions were raised, A, about the mixing of the primary school students with the college population, and also with the fact that most students who attend Caliacua Anglican School walk to school. And that commute now became another factor in moving the school too far away. The Anglican Church, first the parish priest, Canon Ashton Francis,
in keeping with the Ministry of Education's mandate to improve the competencies, motivation, and commitment of teachers, schools are this week engaged in professional development sessions. PD Week, as it's called, encompasses new staff orientation, discussion of term plans, refreshing of effective teaching strategies, and extra support for the implementation of new practices in a classroom. Tomorrow, Thursday, August the 22nd, all secondary school teachers are expected to meet in subject groups at their schools to plan for the new academic year. Stressing the importance of professional development, Senior Education Officer for Curriculum, Aldea Gums-Dyer, emphasizes the relationship between teacher performance and student achievement.
Professional development is an area that our ministry in St. Vincent and the Grenadines has always ascribed high importance to. This is because we are fully aware that there is a strong relationship between teacher performance and student performance. So we have continually worked hard to identify the areas where teachers have greatest need for support. To date, we held several sessions that focused on collaborative learning among teachers. So peer coaching and teacher-led professional development are really being given priority at this time.
Also coinciding with Professional Development Week is a workshop for selected primary school teachers on the implementation of the OECS learning standards and assessment framework. The workshop, which commenced yesterday and will run until Tuesday, will orient the teachers to the framework's content and methodologies. The OECS learning standards were developed in the 4 core subject areas: mathematics, language arts, science, and social studies, and are important priority within the OECS education sector strategy. Chief Education Officer Acting Elizabeth Walker highlights the importance of the OECS education sector strategy, suggesting that the standards and assessment framework were designed to improve the quality of education and ultimately student performance across member states.
The OECS Education Sector Strategy 2012 to 2021, which guides the educational direction and priorities of member states in the OECS, was developed to assist member states in their educational programs and activities. Out of that strategy, there were 7 strategic priorities or imperatives, which would be used to assist in achieving the vision and goals of education in the OECS.
Coming up, Jamaica authorities taking steps to crack down on divorce scam. Listen to the stories as we head to the regional news. Stay with us.
That was a local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
It's here. The family of EC Polymer Notes, our new money.
Here's what you can do to ensure your EC Polymer notes remain clean and last longer. Dry wet notes with cloth or paper towel. Wipe soiled notes with a damp cloth. You can carry your notes in your wallet, purse, or pocket. However, avoid creasing, crumpling, or stapling your polymer note. If by accident your polymer note gets tumbled in the washing machine or dryer, you can take out the creases by smoothing the note with your hand. Do not iron your polymer note. New polymer notes may cling together. You can loosen them by tapping the notes against a hard surface or shuffling them.
EC Polymer Notes, our new money. Cleaner, safer, stronger.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for life.
At RE/MAX, we know you want to sell your property at top dollar and as fast as possible. To help you sell at top dollar, all of our agents are trained to negotiate the highest possible price for your property. And to sell as fast as possible, our agents can access over 120,000 agents around the globe, which results in more potential buyers. This is why nobody in the world sells more real estate than RE/MAX. Contact your RE/MAX agent today and get your property sold.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome back. In the news from the region, we hear that Jamaica's Justice Minister Delroy Chuck is of the view that some members of the legal profession may be involved in a divorce racket plaguing the country. As we hear in this TVJ News report, despite ongoing investigations, there seems to be no end in sight for the fraudulent scheme.
With a deep pocket and the right connections, married couples can speedily get a decree absolute, the second of 2 documents needed to end a marriage, only to find out later they are still joined together in holy matrimony, as the document was fake.
Only about less than 4 weeks ago, a law firm actually sent a letter to the Chief Justice and copied to me, where about 9 or 10 divorces allegedly coming from that law firm were actually issued decree absolute, which were clearly fraudulent. So although the law firm name is on the bottom of the decree absolute, the law firm had nothing to do with them.
So why haven't the authorities been able to clamp down on the divorce racket which has been going on for years? In one instance, a decree absolute even had a signature appearing to be that of an acting judge, but that signature was also fake.
So it means that there are some charlatans, in this, maybe attorneys or maybe paralegals, who have taken it upon themselves to hoodwink persons that they can do divorces for them. And that is why I've urged persons, if they have decree absolute, to please check to make sure that these are genuine.
Just recently, Police Sergeant Juliet McKay appeared before the St. Andrew Parish Court on charges of uttering forged documents in relation to the scam.
Up to 2 weeks ago, a police sergeant was implicated in this, where she actually said she can get divorces for overseas clients. And actually, assisted some of these overseas clients with these fraudulent decree absolute. So this police sergeant was implicated, and to the best of my knowledge, that matter is before the courts.
In the meantime, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says over the past year, the courts have been able to settle probate and divorce matters in 6 months.
And
Australia's Cardinal loses appeal against conviction for child sex abuse. This from the international scene when we return. Stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances.
TVs, fridges, cookers.
We make your life so easy.
Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store
that gives you the best hire purchase deals.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us with Singer.
Let's face it, things don't always go according to plan. Sometimes things go wrong, and sometimes things break. So whether you're a beginner or a pro, Gibson's Building Supplies has what you need. So it doesn't matter if it's heavy hardware or light hardware. we've got it all. So whether you can or you can't, we've got something you need. So come on in to Gibson's Building Supplies today.
Do you suffer from pain in your back, knees, or joints and need effective pain relief? Get your life back with Omega XL, a natural, safe, anti-inflammatory supplement. This small soft gel has up to 22 times more omega-3 free fatty acids than fish oil and is backed by 30 years of clinical research.
I can just tell you from my experiences, there's nothing like this Omega XL.
Live the life you deserve and get the relief you need. Get Omega XL now at your local pharmacy.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz. Bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh Laundry Detergent. Agents and distributors, Carrez Distribution Limited.
Let's go further afield now. The most senior member of the Roman Catholic Church to be found guilty of child sex offenses has lost his appeal against his conviction. Disgraced Cardinal George Pell, a former Vatican treasurer, was jailed in March for abusing 2 choir boys in Australia about 20 years ago. He was sent back to jail today after an Australian court rejected his landmark appeal against his convictions. We hear more in this report.
Arriving at court, Cardinal George Pell was taken in through a door away from the waiting crowds. There was no room inside for everyone, the court packed with other survivors of abuse by the Catholic Church and Pell's supporters.
Oh, he's going to stay in jail. Oh, beautiful! Oh, really?
Inside, the verdict was that Pell's appeal had failed and a 6-year jail term for abusing 2 choir boys when he was Archbishop of Melbourne in the 90s would stand.
Justice Maxwell and I accepted the prosecution's submission that the complainant was a very compelling witness, was clearly not a liar, was not a fantasist, and was a witness of truth.
Pell is the highest-ranking Catholic worldwide to be convicted of child sex offences. He was once the Vatican's treasurer and one of the Pope's closest advisors.
You're the devil! You're evil!
His lawyers had argued that the jury's verdict was unreasonable based on the evidence and that the jury relied too much on the account of the only surviving victim. Through his lawyer, that victim said he was relieved by the court's decision.
It is 4 years since I reported to the police. The criminal process has been stressful. The journey has taken me to places that, in my darkest moments, I feared I would not return from.
As survivors, we are now also being heard, believed, and we have now, what can we say, it is a glorious day for us as survivors.
The Vatican has acknowledged the decision and says it's committed to pursuing those who've broken the law.
As the proceedings continue to develop, the Holy See recalls that the Cardinal has always maintained his innocence throughout the judicial process, and it is his right to appeal to the High Court.
But survivors' advocates say the Catholic Church needs to prove it's taking clergy abuse seriously.
You think of all the children who were abused, who had crimes committed on them in Catholic orphanages and children's homes, and you think they never got justice and they'll never get their day in court.
He is going to rot in a cell, he will then rot in hell, and I say farewell, Pell.
Pell won't be eligible for parole until 2022 when he's 81.
Well, that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at a local weather forecast.
TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Carez Distribution Limited.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Cloudy. Winds north-northeast at 7 kilometers per hour. Temperature 27.0 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 81%. Barometric pressure 1014.3 millibars. 24-hour rainfall 0.5 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature 29.9 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 25.4 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:24 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow 5:53 a.m. Forecast: partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Synopsis: a surface to mid-level trough lingers across the island.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
This is Jake's Kitchen, the most trendy place to customize your kitchen in all of SVG. And when we say trendy, you better believe it's hot. Cause we've got the latest in stylish kitchen accessories and fittings at astonishingly available prices. Guaranteed to make your kitchen bling bling. And our new arrivals will do just that. Step up to our showroom, upstairs Caribbean Glass in Kingstown, and make your kitchen the envy of all. When you're customized by Jake's Kitchen, you don't keep up with the neighbors. Oh no, the neighbors better keep up with you.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz. Bringing value home.
SVG-TV Sports, sponsored by Remax Results Realty.
RE/MAX Results Realty proudly presents this great family home that could also accommodate a B&B or student housing. Soaring ceilings and decorative columns enhance this sensational home with over 11,000 square feet of living space. Spread over 4 stories, this home is just a short 5-minute drive to Kingstown. For additional information, we invite you to visit our website at svghomesandland.com.
Welcome to the evening sports. We hear that batting legend Brian Lara has identified the mental aspect as a critical area of focus for West Indies and believes he can play a significant role in strengthening the Caribbean side in this regard, as we prepare to face India in a 2-test series starting Thursday in Antigua. The former West Indies captain is part of an ongoing preparation camp which started last Friday at the Vivian Richards Cricket Ground, where he has been lending his vast experience to the cadre of young batsmen. Lara said while the technical skills and work ethic were present in the squad, a key area to address was the mental approach. Lara is joined by the camp by another West Indies captain and stroke maker, Ramnaresh Sawan, who also worked with the West Indies side ahead of the Ireland Tri-Nation Series in April. Together, it is hoped they can inspire the current West Indies batting group in what will be a difficult series against a world-class bowling attack. The 7th annual Cricket West Indies Player Association WIPA award ceremony was held in Antigua on Monday night. Speaking at the award ceremony, President of Cricket West Indies, Ricky Skerritt, said his administration is committed to the development of the sport throughout the region.
It is the stated mission of Vice President Shallow and myself to work hard on behalf of all stakeholders to generate adequate resources and to create an environment that will be more conducive for achieving excellence. I'm confident that with God's help, with good decision-making, with relevance and persistence, and with goodwill from our stakeholders, we will soon all be performing at our best on a more consistent basis. In closing, I thank President Hines and WIPA for their continued partnership in tonight's event. And I commend all of the awardees for the hard work that would have brought them such deserved recognition tonight. Success comes from a mixture of various inputs and support systems. But in the final analysis, outstanding individual achievement is usually the result of individual hard work. I trust that hard work will become the mantra of all West Indian players and West Indies administrators going forward.
England will have to try to capitalize on the opportunity of Steve Smith's absence from the 3rd Ashes Test, says Captain Joe Ruth. The Australia batsman is the leading run scorer in the series with 378 and has helped his side to a 1-0 lead, but he is out of the Headingley Test starting tomorrow because of a concussion sustained after he was hit by Jofra Archer bouncer during the 2nd Test. Smith scored 144 and 142 in Australia's victory at Edgbaston and made 92 at Lord's after passing initial concussion tests to resume his first innings. However, a delayed concussion meant he did not bat for the final day as Australia held on for a draw, with Mariners taking his place as the first Test cricket's first concussion substitute. Australia captain Tim Paine said his side have to deal with Smith's absence as a teammate rather than relying on his replacement. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
Come with me. Let's take a drive to the windward side of mainland St. Vincent and the Grenadines to experience an unspoiled tropical paradise. Elegance, style, class, and ambiance, all waiting for you at the Spring Garden Resort. Just 5 minutes away from the Argyle International Airport, the Spring Garden Resort offers 27 spacious rooms and 3 all-inclusive studio apartments surrounded by lush tropical foliage and impeccable views of the Caribbean Sea. The Spring Garden Resort is the perfect setting for your most memorable occasions, from weddings to birthday parties, from business meetings to personal retreats. Great for kids too. Escape for a day, a weekend away, or make reservations for an extended stay. You're always welcome, anytime. The Spring Garden Resort welcomes you with open arms.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to run for functions, secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal, convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal, the cruise ship terminal.
Welcome back. 4 young Vincentian tennis players have gained scholarships to study and play tennis in the United States. They are Amalia Ben and her sister Gabriel Ben, Michaela Williams and Josh Monsley. Michael Williams will be attending the University of Sciences in Philadelphia, Josh Monsley at the St. Thomas University in Miami, and the Ben sisters will study at the Ave Maria University in Florida. The Sagicor-sponsored Codetech Under 12 and 14 tennis tournament, which was held in St. Lucia, came to a close last week with winners from St. Vincent and Grenadines, Antigua and Barbuda, Trinidad and Tobago, Honduras and Guatemala. We get more in this report.
The National Tennis Center in St. Lucia was the setting for a week of competition. This year, it was elevated to a Grade 1 tournament, meaning more points were available for players to improve their global ranking.
Being a Grade 1 tournament, you're also going to attract even more persons from across and wide, not only in the Caribbean, but from outside of the Caribbean as well.
After a week of intense competition, Afe Lucas of St. Vincent and the Grenadines emerged winner of the girls' singles trophy. The Under-12 girls' double title was won by Imara Chin Lee and Eva Pasea of Trinidad and Tobago. In the boys' Under-12 singles contest, Cale Dalla Costa of Trinidad and Tobago distinguished himself and carried his good form into the doubles tournament, securing that trophy along with partner Isaiah Boxell, also of Trinidad and Tobago.
I had a bunch of tough challenges in the major of the singles that I barely got through, and I'm happy I got through it.
In the Under-14 girls singles category, Antigua and Barbuda's Sibley Charles battled her way to the top prize. She teamed up with Brasha Dyer of Antigua to win the girls' Under-14 doubles.
It wasn't an easy match. It was really tough. We had good opponents and stuff.
In the boys' Under-14 singles, it was an all-Guatemala affair, with Gabriel Porras holding on to that trophy. He went on to team up with losing singles finalist Rafael Botran to win the boys' Under-14 doubles.
We come here because we wanted to get our position on the first 4 for tech, and we did it.
The St. Lucia Tennis Association President Stephen McNamara said the 2019 Sagicor Codetech Under-14 tournament surpassed expectations and commended the sponsors for pledging their ongoing support.
We are extremely thankful and grateful to Sagicor for having stepped up to sponsor this tournament.
Our second year of sponsorship, and I can assure you it's not second and last, we will continue to support you going forward.
The St. Lucia Junior Tennis Tournament marked its 36th year in 2019.
The SVG Rugby Union is looking forward to the arrival of their new coach, Sam Knights, who arrives in St. Vincent tomorrow. After an extensive search both locally and overseas, Sam was chosen out of many applicants and will be arriving from Canada to begin a voluntary 6-month role running the youth program and training the national teams. Knights will be heading the grassroots program alongside local coaches in schools, as well as preparing the national men's team for a 15-a-side match against St. Lucia, which takes place in St. Vincent on Saturday the 26th of October 2019. The SVG Rugby Union says it looks forward to working with Knights as they endeavor to continue growing the sport in SVG. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
These sports was sponsored by Remax Results Realty.
Remax Results Realty proudly presents Eagles Lodge, an attractive triple apartment residence. Each floor boasts a large kitchen, spacious bedrooms with en-suites, open living areas, and private entrances and balconies. This 23,000 square foot treat property is fully fenced with a private gated entrance. For additional information, we invite you to visit our website at svghomesandland.com or call our offices in Diamond, 784-456-2016.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They claim General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Lassie Star's Pharmacy, Lassie Star's Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. More hotel developments in the pipeline for SVG as government announces plans for construction of a luxury branded hotel at Mount Wynn. Jamaica authorities taking steps to crack down on divorce scam. Australia's Cardinal loses appeal against conviction for child sex abuse. And in sports, Windies legend Brian Lara hopes to make a difference with the team's mental approach. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Bavin Oliver. Don't forget our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 weekdays. Have a good evening.
In your hand, yeah. So play as much as you can. Want the prices to be won. Set for life, a brand new house. Set for life, a brand new car. Set for life, $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life, did your day done set? Set for life, December 28th. Set for life, check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life, live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for life.
Do you suffer from pain in your back, knees, or joints and need effective pain relief? Get your life back with Omega XL, a natural, safe, anti-inflammatory supplement. This small soft gel has up to 22 times more omega-3 free fatty acids than fish oil and is backed by 30 years of clinical research.
I can just tell you from my experiences, there's nothing like this Omega XL.
Live the life you deserve and get the relief you need. Get Omega XL now at your local pharmacy.
Happiness, yeah, something that can make you do wrong, make you do right.